welcome back to Buzzworthy Business. I'm your host, Saniah Jean Paul, and today I'm here with Xaviar from Still I Stand. Hello, Xaviar.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
So, I've been learning about you, and I know you have a nonprofit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Still I Stand?
Yes.
So, can you tell me a little bit about it? What do you do? Who do you serve?
Okay, so right now, Still I Stand is a basketball program. We've been around now since 2013. We started out doing, originally doing music, drumline, bucket drumming, but as the kids got older, things transitioned. A lot of kids now are into sports, so I took on basketball through a mentor of mine, and that's just where it went. It's just been strictly basketball training. We're going out to different places. Just recently, we went out to the Jaguars practice they had a few weeks back. So just showing some kids, some young men, different things in life. And basketball is what it is, but it's also about growing up and becoming a man.
So, how did you get into this? What led you to starting this?
Like I said, I had a mentor who reached out to me, and he was like, "I need you to come coach." And this was a couple years back, several years back actually. And I got into it, and I never left. And it's just been a part of my life now since probably right after Still I Stand came, probably around 2016, 17. I got back into coaching, and it started with basketball. It started early on with youth football, but and I did a little bit of stint in baseball, but basketball is where it's at for me.
So you talked about how you used to do arts. Can you talk about a little bit that shift from arts to mainly sports?
Yeah, so high school, I played drums. I went to Forest High School. I was a drum captain and, marching band, and that was my thing, playing the drums. That was my outlet in high school. And then, I started the drum line, independent drum line, because at that time, I think they were trying to get rid of music programs throughout Duval County. And so I started one, and it was very successful. We had a good time. We did One Spark. We did the Martin Luther King Parade. Did a couple of things, independent things, going out to the youth football games and playing on the sidelines for different organizations. But then, like I said, it shifted once those kids got older and they graduated. Trying to sustain that, more kids were into sports. And so we decided that, a couple of friends of mine, we decided let's see what basketball would do then. And that's how we got to basketball.
So what is something that you want to teach their kids? What do you want them to know going forward in life?
Going forward in life is, first thing is, life is not easy. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really buckle down and figure out what you want to do with your life. And, you want to have goals, and you want to sit down and you want to prioritize different things that you want to do in your life. With Still I Stand, I try to make sure that I'm being realistic with the kids. We're playing basketball, and they're training, and they're trying to make their high school teams, and some of them make the teams. I have a couple boys that, through Still I Stand and through training and through the school I was currently at, got a chance to go to high school, but also go to college and play basketball. And that's the goal, is to try to have them get to that next level, if that's their plan. You have some kids that play, they play for fun, but the ones that are serious, you want to try to make sure that you put them in the right positions to be able to go that route, if that's something they want to do.
That's great. That's amazing. So another thing that I want to know about Still I Stand is, do you have a set brick and mortar, like a place, or do you go around to different schools, churches, wherever you can find youth?
So right now, I go to different gyms, and we'll have practices. They'll set up trainings. My main gym right now that I've been currently using and working out of is Beachside High School out in St. Johns County. And we have kids come in and they want to train, have an AAU program that travels around to go to different tournaments around the state. We've been out of state a few times. A few years ago, we used to go to Vegas to a big showcase out there to play in tournaments, and just being able to take some of these young men and travel with them. Some of them would never had the opportunity to get on an airplane and fly across the country. So that's kind of the thing that makes it makes it all six together. That you're giving them an experience at an early age, and they have something to look forward to when they become adults. You know, so it's kind of like you don't want them to be set in that state of mind that they have to just stay here in Jacksonville. You know, it's a big world. There's a lot of things they can do. So we try to give that. So that's the home gym that I've been using to train at, and we do training twice a week for an hour and a half. And we have kids come in. Sometimes we have 15, 16 kids coming in, and we just get in there and we just going over the basic things that they'll need to try out for these teams, teaching them the fundamentals, and it also goes back to life. You know, you have to have your fundamentals of life. Same thing with basketball or football or whatever sport they're playing.
So, another question I had is, what makes Still I Stand unique from other nonprofits? Because there are tons out there that help kids, but what makes yours different?
I think for me, Still I Stand is it's mine. It's my baby. So I'm hands-on with it. I have a couple people that help me from time to time, but more or less it's my hands on it. And in whatever direction that Still I Stand goes, it's the direction that I want to go with it. You know, he has a lot of programs out there that do other things, but they have a lot of people involved. And now when you have a lot of people, you know, you have, you know, the pulling, and, you know, that might not be your direction when you're the person that's in control of everything. So for me, it's just, Still I Stand is just what it says. We all have Still I Stand moments. We all have them. It's a name that you cannot get away from. When you're going through different things, you know, man, God, at the end of the day, Still I Stand. I got past that. So that's why I think Still I Stand is different. Because it's just a unique name, and it's faith-based, and it's something that God gave me.
Can you explain a little bit more about the name and the meaning behind Still I Stand?
The name came years and years and years ago when I was going through something, and that was the first time that I ever heard God speak to me, and that's the name that He said, and it kind of stuck. You know, Still I Stand. I was like, okay, where's that coming from? You know what I mean? Like, it's just me here, and you know, once that I heard that voice, and I went to my mother and I was like, I want to start a program, and I want the name to be this, and that's what it has been, and it's still thriving since 2013. It's 2026 now, and I'm still moving and pushing.
So, my last question for you is, what do you like to see in your students?
The main thing for me and my students, because I teach history as well, is to see them grow. Each day I tell them I want to see you be better than what you were the next day. Each day I want something different every day from you, and that's just how life is. You want to grow each day. I tell them to have something that I learned from my wife is having a be still moment. I tell my students, have be still moments. Sit back, analyze, watch, and see, and think. You know, before you do things, sit back and just be still and watch before you make your decisions or whatever you're trying to do, and that'll kind of keep you at a grounded level. And I send that to all my students, new students, current students, old students, whatever it is. I had a student reach out to me earlier this week on a goal that they accomplished, and we talked about it before they graduated, and he contacted me and said, Coach Bankhead, look, I did it. And that just made me feel really good, because it's like we talked about it, and I was like, okay, let's see what you do with it. And I totally forgot about it, actually, but he remembered, and that really touched me, because he reached out to let me know that, hey, I did what you told me. I listened, and look at the accomplishment. So that was a truly big blessing, and it was just like, okay, maybe they are listening. They are listening. So, yeah.
That is so amazing. I can tell that you're truly invested in your community, and that you love your community, and that you want it to flourish. So thank you so much for joining me today and sharing with everybody else what you have to offer. Thank you so much for watching, and for more, please go on dailynewsnetwork.com.